Hi, I'm Jones Knockout. I'm a member of CAF, and during War 109, we had a very informative submarine training done by the beautiful gentleman Don Thunder, which I wanted to share with you guys as a sort of tutorial video on how to handle submarines. Our training had 3 parts, beginning with general information on submarines and the safety briefing, then a quick training run in the bay so we get used to all of the submarine's functions, and lastly, we practice on a live target, a colonial longhook anchored near the Iris in Tempest Island. So, get a cool drink, lean back, and enjoy the video.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. So, does only engine man need wrench, or does everyone need wrench?
Yeah. Everyone needs
Got it.
wrench because in case engine man gets crashed or kicked out from the game, we have problem.
Yep. Fair
Ah,
enough.
I need to get the range.
It happened to Javali, by the way, when we needed him to turn engine.
Yeah, it happened to
So-
me yesterday when I was driving. I just got kicked out of the game with like.
It's a real thing.
Dead man bed.
By the way,
That
let's
has-
go with extra crewman because I need to leave in about an hour.
It's okay. Yeah, we should be once we're. Yeah, we should like the main crew for a sub is 3 people. So,
Oh, fine.
but
Alright,
we're gonna
so-
have as you.
I do not see my friend Murph on the sub, so I'm going to ask a silly question here.
I'm going.
I have listened to the sub speech a few times. Only thing I don't think I really understand is ballast.
Alright, the ballast. We will go through that. We have a CAF formula, originated by Ben, which everyone can listen and learn to, and it's very simple. So, the rear ballast, the thing in the engine, always 100. If you want to be always surfaced, you just have the ballast at 97, then you will automatically surface. Also
Hold
at
on.
98.
So you say ballast at 97, but there are multiple
Well,
ballasts.
true. Sorry. Okay, so you have the
Share the document, Thunder.
A few moments later.
Right
in
here.
secure communications, guys. There's a spreadsheet on how the ballast works. That's all. And once you've read it, then we
I'm
can take
looking at
questions.
this first.
It's a Google Docs. Oh, I love it.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna get all
sorry,
your
where's it at?
emails and
in
names.
secure chat.
Copy.
I'll go need to get us 5 more torpedoes, then we're fully ready for that. Okay, so the one at the engine room should always be at 100, the one at the front should always be at 0, and the one in the middle is how you want to steer the sub. That is the general setting. And the general setting between going up and down is 97 to 100, though in a general sense, while we're driving submerged and stuff, it's 98/100 we're going to use. So if we're wanting to stay completely stationary underwater, not sinking to the bottom, racing to the surface, well, I'm not driving at all. This is speed dependent. Me being at 0 knots standing still in the water, and you having the ballast then under 100 will make us just stay completely neutral in the water. Though, if I start driving again, we'll start slowly sinking to the bottom. So that's why you need to turn the ballast up to 98 while we're driving. The depth plane manager can manage both the ballast and the depth planes. So he's the guy that just has to go back and forth and micromanage that. It's easy once you get used to it. The reason why we want to use this is because it's the least power-consuming maneuver, and it's very simple because you have only 3 things to think about: surface 97, underwater 98/100, and then you just at 98. When I'm driving, you will slowly auto pivot to the surface. There's no perfect neutral driving speed, but that's why you have the depth planes, and you just tap them very slowly up or down to maintain an equal level. The less you use the dive planes, the faster the sub will go. The more you stay with the dive planes, the slower we go. So if you sit there like the gif of that guy was like playing out of his life, sweating his head off with the depth planes, yes, we will likely go like 2 knots. But if you just tap it slowly, we will go up to 8 knots. And we need the speed in a bad situation, or in general, because it's funny to go fast and very sad to spend an hour at hex. I'll go through the safety briefing again. I know it's always exciting to hear it. In a general sense, as you guys can see, the sub has 3 compartments. You have the central one, the front and the back. You can always save the sub, as long as all 3 are not flooded. But if all 3 are flooded, you will auto sink and you're dead. The issue is though that if the main compartment gets flooded, the one where you drive in and you steer the depth planes from and everything, and you're in a lot of trouble. because you can barely move the sub without drowning because you have to go back and out and into the sub, and yeah, you can't really cross axis neither, so you're in a really bad spot. Other than that, of course, the water physics apply for this thing, so the more water you add into the sub, the more we have to compensate with ballast, and I cannot tell you what perfect number you have to go to then to keep yourself leveled and neutral. Congratulations, that's where we have to fuck around and find out, because it varies depending on how much water is in the sub and how much more water is going into the sub. So, that is funny. Oh yeah, too.
What about double weight?
Double
Very
weight?
fat, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
double is fat.
True.
Need to
Also, the
compensate.
more water
That
we
is
get into
true.
the sub, the slower we go. Yes, we slow ourselves down that way. And lastly, of course, let's say if a full compartment is flooded in the front, our sub will actually be facing sideways. Yes, so like what happened here another day ago when we had to get back with a crippled fully front compartment was that the front of our sub was scraping the bottom, slowing us down significantly
Fun,
as
fun,
we were
fun.
as we were trying to get back. That is something that can kind of be compensated with, but it's a bit rough, and you will not have a smooth experience as a dive plane manager or driver if that happens. Though in a general sense, it shouldn't happen. Now, in the event of you getting like the danger of being hit by a depth charge is not bad. It's one small leak. It's 40 BMETs I think to repair. Doesn't give a lot of water, and you can probably with like 4 buckets. With 4 bucket scoops, you can easily pull it all up, so you're good. Getting hit by 150, neither too bad. Getting hit by like a few 120, that's not too bad neither. Getting hit by mortars, very bad. Very, very bad. There's, I don't know how to say it otherwise, but yeah, getting hit by mortars is the death sentence of this thing. So that's why gunboats are dangerous. Additionally, yeah, the gunboats can hear you. So I've told you before, like they can drive right above you and they can hear you in the water and they can just sit there and slowly follow you all the way back. And that's bad because eventually, you know, if you can't lose them or get away to safety, you will eventually have to surface, which entails it shooting you and you dying. Wow, very fun. So try to avoid that. Also, try to avoid submerging the sub before we've even left the double. I appreciate it. Alright, when we leave after training, we're gonna be doing what's called a surface dash outside initially of the bridge of Morgan's, because there's a fat minefield there, and yeah, can't really do anything about it. It's not worth clearing, so. Okay, we should be fully loaded with tops now on the barge too, and the sub, so. If everyone has 80 BMAs, like 3-4 buckets, one gas mask,
I think
wrench.
that wants to join us. He just joined.
Just
So
do-
what does the rear ballast now have to? Because I'm looking at the spreadsheet and I don't see actually the rear.
It must
No,
be
it's
100.
it's always at 100. It's the negative.
So the rear and front are 100 and you
No,
steer
no.
is decent.
No.
The front is 0. Front 0, rear 100, and the middle one is where you steer.
Okay.
So if you
It
wanna
makes
like,
sense, yeah.
But why is the rear? Is it literally to aim the sub up all the time?
no, it's too. This is the emergency ballast. We only touch that if things are really bad for some reason. You don't wanna touch the emergency ballast until it's. I mean, it has a very low impact on the sub in general. And with these settings, we get the ability to be standing neutral. We don't sink like a rock if I'm not moving the sub
Right.
underwater while we're
I'll
stationary, which
disconnect in like 20 seconds.
is pretty good. Then you have the sonar operator. Sonar operator is usually never gonna ping unless explicitly told to ping, but it is gonna be very good at finding out where we're being pinged from. Are you stuck, Muff? Okay.
Mutiny!
Okay, sorry, Dad.
No,
There you
just
go.
a
It was a-
disciplinary action.
Oh,
Exactly.
All right, then you have the engines. Let's start. We can start with a basic introduction of the
You could take a
engines.
Cometa instead.
So these are funny engines. They either go forward or back, and they're each independent and adjustable. They can only be like turned and stuff while the anchor is raised, of course. If you are turning, let's say you have one engine reversed, another forward, you will stop accelerating and slowly just start focusing on fully turning, which means that if you start the engines with one forward and one back, you will not be moving forward at all. You'll just be moving like slowly turning either way, depending on which way you set it. So if you reverse the left one and keep the right one forward, you will turn left. And if you reverse the right one and keep the left one forward, you will be turning right. And of course, if you like reverse, you inverse those settings if you press the S key. If you reverse both engines, when you press W, you will then be driving backwards at more or less full speed. It is a bit situationally dependent when you want to turn the engines. Sometimes it can be good for shorter maneuvers, but in a general sense, during most movements, most of the things you will be able to do with just both engines forward the entire time. It's not something that has to be micromanaged all the time. In the event when the right what that is the torpedo tube, the weapons control system for the torpedoes. He has, when you go in a torpedo tube, when I now let's see Muff is back in. When I now raise the anchor. Blah! Where's this train here?
Where's the anchor?
I'll raise the anchor.
On the top.
I do. It's on the front left of the ship. Oh, we undocked it. So Urban is now in the sonar seat. That is not a weapon seat. The speed of a torpedo is like a cutler. You have, by default, you should change the settings of the sub on the torpedoes to always be 150 meters and depth 0. The reason for that is quite simple. If you have any lower range, it just prematurely detonates for no reason, and it's always an impact detonation weapon anyway. So might as well just go for the full range. There's no point having it go shorter.
Wait. Where do we change the settings for torpedoes?
You do it on the weapons room here when you press Q. And you hold right click.
From there. Okay.
Then when you hold right click to aim, you can change the settings there by pressing F. It should be set to 150 now. You can also, I'm pretty sure, scroll your middle mouse wheel to set depth, but you should always keep depth at 0. It is meant for sub versus sub combat, and if you set depth anything below 0, you will 9 out of 10 times just have the torpedo drive under the ship, and you look like an absolute idiot because you had the money shot and no one got to capitalize on it. Now, if anyone wants to drive, they can put themselves in the driver's seat and they can press the funny W key. We should be going forward. Good. Now, if anyone wants to be on the funny ballast... Oh, why is this not fully flooded? Okay.
Oh wow, we're fast. Because we're on the surface.
Why can I not leave the weapons room?
Try and press Q again. Bug? Try and press Q.
No.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so sub mechanics are a bit fucked, so you need to have your primary squad set as the sub. That is the sub. And then you can do everything on the sub.
I will now be setting the main ballast stat to 98. Since we're on the surface, we will not sink, but we will be laying a bit deep in the water, which makes it not possible for us to climb out of the sub. There we go, you're in now, right? Good. In the periscope here, people can use it if they want. The periscope does not work. Well, it does kind of work, but in a general sense, the periscope does not work once you're in a depth below 5 meters.
If you're just standing around, just like stay to the walls. That way people can move around.
And that means once you go below 5 meters, nothing will render for you, so it will just be like a blank ocean. However, there are ways to sometimes see if something is there, i.e. blueprints. It's a good indication, or hammer hits still somehow peek out at times, so that's a way to get a general sense of where they are. The dive planes on the front right of the side of Murph, you can try and get on if you want, Jones. If you now press forward, you should get us down, since we're at 98 ballast, so you can take us to any depth you want. Additionally, as you see here, guys,
full W.
With W, yeah, we're going down. And press S to get us up. You need to have, of course, speed to make that work. As you guys see below us right now, we have a shelf. Yes, so on the left side of the shelf here, it's what I like to call shallow water. You usually don't get to a depth below 12 meters on those shelves. Beyond this shelf is deep water, and you can go as far deep as you want, but if you go below 20 meters, you will enter crush depth and we will die. That is not funny. Oh, I mean, it can be kind of funny, but it would be a terrible training accident. When, let's say, double...
How fast do you die in crush depth?
Don't you
I
get
think it takes
the whole
20
time
seconds
holes?
before you start getting leaks.
It takes around 20 seconds until you start getting leaks, and
So it's not like instant, but like
no, but it's
don't be crushed up.
Don't be crushed up. As long as you don't
Yeah,
panic,
got
it's
it.
like
Not find out.
yeah. In a general sense, in the event of an emergency, the person who drives the sub and the person who controls the depth planes and like ballast do under no circumstances, unless there's nothing threatening the sub, stop what they're doing to repair it. Like they just have to keep doing what they're doing and get you the hell out of Dodge, basically. But anyone else are expendable. I mean, not expendable. Well, flexible, and can repair. Priority of repairs is always this compartment we're in right now, the main one, because this is where we live or die. And then you go out and repair the other compartments. In a general sense, you never want to do this. Even when we're taking leaks, you never want to close the doors unless you're explicitly told to close the doors by quote unquote scuttling a room. Because once those doors close, usually due to water pressure, you can't open them again. And since, let's say, if there's a leak in the central compartment and you close the forward one, not only can you not open it again, but the central compartment floods faster because there's less space for water to be in, right? So the more spaces you have, the more area the water gets to fill up in, and the less, like... Well, not only does the water spit up...
for anyone else?
Probably me. Sorry. Let me check. Let me change my Wi-Fi real quick.
No,
Ah,
it's
yeah,
Discord.
you have
It's
to-
Yeah,
Discord.
you're good for me. You're
It's
good for me,
Discord.
Thunder.
You
It's
have to
Discord.
reconnect. Discord is having a stroke at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can still not get out of this seat. Just
Which
Are
one?
you... Is you think it's
Oh,
bugged, I guess?
the torpedo.
mm-hmm.
The fuck?
Could be the
Part
bug.
of the crew, part
That's
of the
new.
ship.
Oh,
Part of the crew,
congratulations.
part of the ship.
He's the speeder manager now then. Congratulations, you've got yourself the permanent
But
employment.
I cannot do anything in this menu.
You right click now to fire.
Oh yeah. By the way, I can I can see local chat on the surface. I can also hear the bulkheads close and
And you
open
can also
Can you hear
You
me
can also
talk?
have
on the
So-
surface.
So if you have anything above the
Yes.
surface stalking you, they can hear you. So if you're like,
Oh my god, we're taking leaks, guys, we need help.
they'll hear you. So if you type on local, they'll hear
Tell the
you.
rest of the wolf pack to strike now.
In
He's
general,
lagging.
even if you try, me, okay, I'll restart this. How about now? Am I still lagging? Yeah. I mean, I can just use squad chat to engage. Is this better? Do you guys can all hear me fine?
Yeah.
Nice and good. Good. All right. I'll just use this then. All right. In general, taking hits is not too bad. It's just have the people repair it quick, and keep a cool head about it. If you have too many leaks, of course, it's all about priority. Central compartment, everything else expendable. The person driving and the person managing ballast in that situation has an exceptionally difficult task, because Jones, if you were taking leaks right now, would constantly have to fight to keep this sub
And
stable
someone
level.
give me right engine reverse.
Use in-game.
Curious how fast we turn.
Yes. So, an example.
Right engine reverse would be to turn right, correct?
Correct.
Yes. In the more water we take in when we leak here, Jones has
Oh,
an
that's not bad.
exceptionally difficult task.
This
Of
goes
finding
Right
the
engine
balance.
forward.
Because as we take in more water, he might have to slowly blow the ballast. But if he overblows the ballast, we will do what's called a rubber ducky. And the rubber ducky is not good. A rubber ducky is when you overblow the ballast, you just shoot straight to the surface, and that might put you in a worse spot. So in a general sense, you want to try and avoid that. But the best way to really avoid and balance that is being in what's called this shallow water. Because if you then take in too much water and you sink, you will just be stuck here at this 12-meter bottom shelf. But Across the shelf here, if you take in too much water and keep sinking, you risk going to crush depth, which provides you, like, you're stuck between two hulls then. But it is possible to manage, and the ballast impact is very gradual at first, but the more water you get in, the more impactful it will be. You could theoretically be stuck with the main ballast at 65% to barely maintain some control compared to the old 9800, so the sensitivity changes a lot depending on how much more water is in the sub. Okay, when, let's say, Double has shot 2 torpedoes, if you guys go to the forward compartment, you can see there's 2 more in the torpedo room forward here, which he can reload. But once he presses reload, he needs to get replacement torpedoes from the inventory of the main room here. Grab one, you go here, and then you just simply press V to submit. The reload time of a torpedo tube is a mighty 13 seconds.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, so...
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's 13 seconds to reload one torpedo tube. In a general firing practice, what you want to do is you want to fire 2 torpedoes first once you have a target sighted, and then you want to reload one and just keep firing like the moment you've got an additional reload, if you can fire. But it's not always guaranteed you can fire. Sometimes you just have to run, and that's what it is, and then you're permitted to reload both tubes and take it from.
So if you try to reload both tubes at once, you need to wait 26 seconds?
Yeah, so it's kind of like an Ares,
Oh,
right?
I
You can
get
get
you,
the
I get
initial burst, but then you just reload one fire, reload one
Okay,
fire,
I
reload
get
one
you.
fire. There's no point.
Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah.
Did anybody blow the ballast?
No, we didn't blow the ballast. Murph just simply stopped driving, and as we have a 98 neutral here, not 100, we slowly
It surfaced, yeah.
again. Yeah, that's just to prove that if we were at 100 ballast there when he was not moving, we would be stuck at the depth he was at.
Do
Okay.
we want to do like a? Do we want to do like a practice approach? Like if that submarine in the shipyard was a ship, just coming to like a stop and then holding neutral.
We first might want to like
Switch.
surface again so I can get off the seat because I cannot get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are surface right now.
We have to
also
anchor
might
it,
have to
probably.
switch.
It's probably the
Also
anchor
switch
glitch.
a few positions. Let everyone know
I'll
how
just
it is.
I'll anchor it here. If you just stop real
Praise
quick, Murph, I'll just anchor the ship real quick.
It's always double. Why it's always double?
Yeah, I broke the game. 1 point already. I guess still cannot get off.
The best way to do attack runs is with periscope depth, but it entails a risk, of course.
No, cannot get off. Just shoot me.
You will be spotted on intel.
Oh wait, there we go.
There you go. There you go. Bandit.
But
bandit.
you have the means to actually see what you're gonna fire at. So it's about
Cannot do anything. The inventory is bugged.
Oh, I have the same bug. Double. You gotta die.
Yeah, you need to die.
Goodbye.
Whoa, whoa! Do your job, man. Kill him. Kill him already.
He's too fast.
Alright, just here, get us back to the dock here real quick. We'll go pick up double and do the attack run. In general, what you want to do with a sub when you want to do attack run on a large ship.
Close the hatch.
You can't close the hatch unless we're going too deep. But in a general sense, you want to do a large attack run on a large ship like a DD. You need to be pre-positioned and then drive up and then go up, like kind of surface up as you're about to do your attack run. Fire from as far as you can and then dive down again. And as it's 180 meter omnipresent radar, it has unanchored, which means it will see you. It will see you coming. But most of the times it's fine and it doesn't matter though, because usually they'll be pinging. See. And getting pinged is no big deal most. It's okay. It's just them knowing that you may be there. But they will have really difficulty seeing you for a sub if you're below 12 meters. Because once you go below 12 meters in a submarine, your ping signature becomes so dog shit that it becomes, as I've said earlier,
Well, we're going
the
into the
equivalent
dock.
of like pinging a Somali in the water.
Or under another submarine.
Maybe now it's fixed.
We're chilling, not lodging.
This is good.
We good?
Maybe
Fixed?
You guys fixed it?
Maybe I set the regions different.
Ah, nice.
Okay, good. Important to keep in mind, below 7 meters, the the hitbox and everything around the sub disappears. You go invisible for everyone else to see. So 7 meters is that golden zone, but you need to be below 8 meters before you go away from intel completely. I'm pretty sure. So, in order to not be spotted on intel, you need to be at a depth of 8 meters or below while traveling. Usually, a standard approach is 12.
Thunder, in terms of turning, what is faster? So if we have one of the engines flips, let's say right's going backwards, left going front, is it faster to reverse and then turn to the left, or is it faster to go forward and turn to the right?
I think they're just the same, honestly. That's my
Okay.
impression. It doesn't. I found the best turning to be at around a speed of 2 knots. That's where you get the smoothest like speed and turn for it. But it
Okay.
works fine while stationary too. You sometimes you do to do a bit of a trade-off. In bigger waters, you have like the more room to just do the turning with both engines forward anyway and get away with it, and then you can like reverse the engine for like 3-4 seconds to sacrifice a bit of speed in a moment for a sharper turn. But overall, like the stationary turns, it's usually only for repositioning. Let's say if you're underwater with 100 ballast and stuff like that, just to be.
Can-
Yeah. So in terms of turning, it's you have to feel itself out a bit what you like to. There's a lot of niche ways to do this. We're just using a standard approach. Overall, in terms of spotting ships and stuff, use the periscope, but you can blind fire too, if you want to use audio visual.
Where's the periscope?
The periscope is right behind Murph. That's the one in the center. Now, the way you do audio visual spotting, and I've done it as a driver, for example, is that I usually turn the bottom, like the monitor, so the bottom side of my screen is facing in front of the sub. So that's where you hear farther, and then you can hear ships and where they are. Usually, if you're close enough to a ship, the guy in the gunner seat can even see the ship and aim and fire in question. But if it's far away, the spotter on the periscope or the sonar operator will have to tell you the azimuths he wants you to fire at. Of course, you will have to compensate. It's always advised to keep a bit of
engine
spread.
forward.
Yep, do so. With orbits on it. It's always advised to keep a 5-degree spread when you fire. The reason for that is that usually when you eyeball something, because that's what you're gonna have to do, an eyeball predict where something is gonna be. Especially let's say there's a destroyer in front of us driving like perpendicular to us, straight southeast now. You have to predict where it's gonna be
It
forward in
stops
time.
the sub, yeah. If you have one forward, one back. Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, you lose speed, so you just start. That's why you sacrifice your acceleration for turning.
Goes
So it's
forward.
about predicting where it has to be. A lot easier to fire a stationary target because it's not moving. Additionally, when you want to torpedo something, you need to make sure all 3 compartments are flooding, or fully flooded. In the event that you otherwise you would have to torpedo, let's say, a destroyer 32 times to kill it. If you want to kill it by HP damage. To kill a destroyer, you have all 3 compartments have to be flooded, and usually if you only hit 1 compartment, you won't kill it. That goes for long hook too, with there's 2 compartments and a bluefin. So that's for every ship in this game. If you want to flood that.
Really quick, Thunder. Is it easier just to feather the turn using like just feathering W and then just holding S, or is it easier just to go straight line, full speed, and then flip an engine and make that like 90-degree turn?
If you want to turn fastest, the more speed you have, the better. That's what I would say.
Okay,
If
but
you
how
have,
do
if
you
you have,
maintain that speed when you flip one of the engines?
you
Because it
don't, you
just
lose
kind of
it.
killed. Okay.
That's
it
the
kills
point. So,
speed, yeah.
so that's why if you want to do a sharp turn, you can probably get it halfway done and then go back to full speed and then
Mhm.
slowly compensate with the rest because you do have some
So if
maneuverability.
I wanted to like hook around this oil platform, we'd flip left and reverse, and then I'd feather out of the turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try it right now, for example, if you have as much speed as you
Yeah,
can.
Urban, can you flip left and reverse?
You can't like the 3. Now 3, 2, 1, go both forward again.
Forward.
And then you slowly speed up again, slowly. You still maintain a lot of the turning momentum too, since you're from default, but in a general sense, that's what you want to do so much too. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with decent dive management, you should be able to maintain a top speed of 8.5 up to almost 9 knots underwater. And in general, your best friend underwater, especially in the combat scenario, is speed. There's no such thing as outrunning a gunboat, but you can kite and lose the destroyer.
Right.
In general, if you get, in the event you run out of battery power on the sub while submerged, you are gonna be fine. You're just gonna have a bit extra challenges. Challenge number 1, your ballast doesn't really work much anymore. It works very, very, very slowly, like 100 for the efficiency. But you can still drive, and you will not die.
Yeah, one storm cannon down.
Good shit.
Nice.
So, in a general sense, running out of battery is not the end of the world, it just limits you. Like, you cannot fire torpedoes anymore. Your sonar doesn't work. I mean, you can't ping sonar anymore. But you can still drive. Because I don't know why, but it's in the game. Probably not designed.
And it charges pretty fast.
Charges pretty fast. 0 to 100 in 5 minutes, 300 seconds. And both engines forward.
Both engines forward now.
What am I doing?
Are you faster while
You are switching
submerged or
the engine thunder.
surfaced?
We're surface right now.
But when are you faster?
You're always faster on the surface in a general sense. If you fully blow all the ballast, you can get up to top speed of 12 knots.
Alright.
Alright. I think it's time we head out. I want you to pass through the bridge up ahead here.
Oh, are we not filling up?
I would say to switch some positions. For example, Murph, let someone else drive.
Yep.
We can go to
Jones.
yeah.
I know how to drive.
Whoa.
I know. I already did it.
Let's go.
We have enough fuel to go to Tempest and back, so let's head towards Tempest. If you wanna guide us in, I mean we can if Del wanna do the ballast, good. And depth planes.
We need someone to try the ballast, yeah. That's the hardest.
Double will do it with the depth planes, because if we're stationary, he can just put us to like if Jones says
Bro, I cannot. Sorry, I cannot find like the inventory of this fucking battleship to save my life.
Back. To the back.
If you're gonna be stationary, you just acknowledge it, and
All the way to your left, so.
double will set the ballast to 100. Only double, when he's in the ballast depth planes, deals with the ballast. No one else presses the funny buttons, otherwise he's actually gonna lose his cool, and I understand that, because that's very annoying.
So what do we want to go for depth now?
We want to try and keep it depth, because it's shallow water here, so we can't go below 12 anyway, but we'll just keep a depth of
Keep
like
inching
7
to your left,
meters.
Jones.
Say again?
Then I want you to surface the boat.
Keep going left.
We'll do a dash.
Azimuth
Once we
108
pass the
to
rail
the
bridge, we'll do the surface dash across the minefield. Once we pass
Hold
the
straight.
minefield, we'll go to 12 meters. And we'll head towards we'll head towards the Guardscraft's border. We'll
So
cross Guards.
Do you have to increase the ballast or not?
A little more to your left.
So
Yeah.
the flood level you want to keep between. You will always keep that. Yeah, if you want to surface us, yeah, you can keep it 96, 97. We will auto submerge, auto surface then. Even at 98, we will. But in the general sense, when we're submerged, keep it between 98 and 100. If we
More
do
left
nothing,
for rail bridge.
and we're at 98, you will auto surface anyway.
Hold true.
So I most of the time just have to hold the W key down to stay down. And
No,
just pulse it.
you just have to tap it. Once you've gotten down, you can just tap it to keep it at a stable level.
Yeah, so just tap it. Pulse
Yeah.
it.
Okay, where go I through the mines?
Just go straight. You can go to Azimuth 135. It's a very standard approach in this area.
135.
The mines will not hit us while we're at this surface level, so...
Reverse the engines.
If we were at a depth of 5 meters or below, we are actually at a risk of hitting them. Because the sub is fat.
A few moments later.
So if
can I
we,
only
in
see
case of
mines?
emergency, I decrease the flood, right?
Yeah,
So
in case of emergency.
I go to 0 then. Yeah.
No, that's a rubber ducky. You have to slowly adjust it, depending on the
No,
situation.
but in case of emergency, we have to go to 0, right?
Yeah, if it's
maximum.
completely fucked, yeah. But it depends on if you wanna do it even.
Where are we going now?
But when I go towards the border of Guardscrafts, we'll travel submerged past across the border all the way to Tempest, once we reach north of Pale Knap there, we will charge a battery to full on the surface. Then we'll head west of Anchor, west of Searchgate, submerge into the Stratos Valve area, and we'll commence our attack run on the enemy anchored Longhook.
All right, we can start heading right if you want to go into the corner of the border.
Everyone has a different leadership structure too. I personally, my preferred leadership structure in a sub is always listening to everyone's input and then making a decision from that, letting everyone's voice be heard. But if you want to have a top-down command, it's up to one's own comfort. So in a general sense, you have people who come with ideas or short calls, and you hear people's opinions are. That's usually the way I do it. But if you want to have one executive, that works too. All depends on once the crew and stuff gets more experienced, it's usually just intermediary feedback depending on what's going on.
Pinging it for the sonar. Not that I'm going to do it. I just want to know. Is left click?
It's left click, yeah. It's like shooting a gun. Right, left, hold
And
right.
does it cost battery?
0.1%. It's insignificant. Per hit. Of course, we're now at the depth of 12 meters, so you can't really see anything on the surface anymore. Because of the periscope stops working below 5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, 7, sorry, 7. The issue is that you're in a bit of a risk threshold because you can be damaged while in periscope depth, so it's important to know. So you can both be seen on intel and you can be damaged by enemy ships, even though you because your conning tower sticks up. So it's something you have to be mindful of. Alright, I would slow down now, Jones. I'll press the spacebar button to slow down. I'll set the ballast to 100 here. And the crossing speed should be 60 seconds.
A few moments later.
We're now above periscope depth, so Murph can see as much as he wants. Oh yeah, by the way, using the sonar while waiting to cross will cancel the travel, just like shooting torpedoes will.
It used to have the image of firing guns, so I guess that's the way it's done. Okay, I'm gonna put down a marker with my barges, and then I'm gonna keep making food, so you know where it is.
Good. Alright, take us hard south.
We are at 70%. We dive again?
We dive again.
We might want to be careful where we surface, considering they're across the border with the battleship.
Yeah.
And they
Because
might
the
try to
torpedo
flank it.
Good. We might have to do a double run here on killing the Longhook. We might have to shoot our entire inventory, then go back to the torp barge, which is in the corner where we'll be surfacing, recharging later, and going back again.
How many do we need?
19, I think, which is what we have, but in case we miss or something, we might need a bit more. So
Can we have
50,
the
15
extra
extra.
people carry them?
Potentially we could, yeah. You have, with the battery power alone, you have enough time to be underwater for approximately 35 minutes, so... In a general sense, it's quite okay.
How fast does the battery charge?
300 seconds, 0 to 100, so just surfacing and waiting to border cross is 20% battery charge right there. 25, I think, yeah, sorry.
And you said the full battery charge is 35 minutes?
No, underwater it takes 45 minutes to use it all up, yeah, approximately. I mean, if you do a lot of pinging and stuff, it might go down to 15, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, but that's LARP. We don't do that.
You usually have plenty of time. Yeah, and then 300 seconds on the surface to recharge. You can spin your sub around by having one engine reverse and one engine forward and still recharge your sub. It's the recharging stops once you accelerate it at a speed above 2 knots. As a driver, you will have a message that goes from battery to recharging to something else, like using heavy oil or using battery. Oh yeah, you cannot recharge the battery underwater. I wish sometimes it makes the battery charge animation sound underwater, but it doesn't do anything, which is a bit weird.
A few moments later.
So where would be a good attack route? Like from the south?
I think we can either go through. Yeah, we should go south. We should go west of Pale Nap, west of south of Anchor, around Search Gate, and then straight into Stratus Valve. Find the target and start torpedoing it.
I mean, we can go right outside the ops bunker range and just kind of nail it. I have a feeling it's probably parked by shipyard, right?
We'll
Or
ju- yeah,
coastal
yeah,
gun.
Yeah, we'll just sail. We'll just sail through the ops bunker. We'll just sail at a depth of 12 meters under it, and there's like
Yeah,
close
yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. As you guys probably still, as I'll tell you again, 0 to 100 barrel recharge consumes 10% of your total fuel capacity. So, or 10%. So it costs around 100 liters of heavy oil. Right, we're fully charged.
Both engines forward.
Let's go ballast
Forward.
98. Let's get ready to go to cruise steps and aim for a target.
You're slowly.
There it is. I found it. We have the long hook here. It's on our azimuth. Get us to. Can we get us stationary here?
Ballast 100. Yeah.
Let's get one more ping on it. Yeah, this is it.
Azimuth.
Alright, I want you to. So, we need to get the
Can
torpedo
you
now.
stream as well?
Yeah.
I want to
This
see the
was-
ping.
I don't know if my Discord will work. We can try. Let's inch a tiny bit forward actually, towards azimuth 100.
It's surfacing very rapidly.
Oh shit, get us
Stop,
down.
stop. V9, you do it.
Azimuth 100.
We're 9 meters deep.
That's okay. That's because of shallow water. I see it here. Okay, give me azimuth 98. No, azimuth 95. Fire 2 torpedoes and get ready to reload. Boom. They are at max range, right? 150 meters.
And you
Reload?
want me to wait to reload?
Oh, reload it and
And
fire
then
the
just keep
moment
firing, right?
Yep. Reload and keep firing it. The moment you reload it. Right, well, next is attack run. I want you, Murph, to be the one that detects the long hook, where it was, the station example. I want you to call it out. You will see the shape of the long hook when you're within, I think, 150 meters when you ping it. Until then, it doesn't show up as a like dark shadow shape when you ping it. You'll guide us
Gotcha.
forward, and before you toss the fire, just make sure that parts of our sub is not facing, let's say, a seawall, underwater wall, or the border. Examples like that. Because the tubes have two firing angles, like they shoot one from the left and one from the right. So let's say if the left side here was facing the border right now, and it says it has
Yeah,
an angle for him, and they're gonna shoot us in the firing
What
seat.
is the ASI adjust I'm doing? Because sonar is going to ping from sonar position, tube's going to shoot from tube. So is it plus or minus 3? Is that what
No.
I'm working with for ASI?
There's no need for azimuth compensation in that regard. It will correct itself out once it's traveled a bit.
I assume we're going
There's
towards the ammo barge.
ammo barge is in the upper top barge here. It's in the upper right corner.
18% battery.
Yeah, I'm soon gonna surface us there once we get a bit further north. I may tell you to surface, and we'll just surface dash all the way back up. Neutral turn while we load the torpedoes and go back in again. That should be it. We should have killed this thing. Because with two subs, you can do it twice as fast, but it requires more people.
A few moments later.
Should be almost at the surface now soon. We're at 97 ballast, so we are slowly inching forward up.
Oh my god, this car is working again. What the hell?
Yep.
2% charge.
Okay, just
Alright,
get us
I'm
up.
ready. Harry, I'm ready.
You can stop the sub here. Just break it. We should
What
be good.
is the strat for getting the torps into the sub again?
We have to climb up, get the torps from the barge that's next to the sub, and
Walk
climb
down.
down again. Yeah, walk down again. Or climb down.
I'll position it a bit better.
Welcome back.
It's raining outside. I don't want to go out. No.
I'll just
with the
get us up to 80% so we actually have some surface to work with.
You.
If Murph walks around, we don't want the sub to fall over. You know?
I have BMETs as well, but I don't think you need it.
No, we were all over base kit still. We should be good. Alright, this should be the final round. This thing should be dead. Okay.
You forgot one torp, by the way.
No,
so
no, no.
14 torpedoes.
Climb
Oh,
all
we only have 14?
first. First, everybody up, get all the torpedo, and then down.
I mean, we still have that's still 33 torpedoes. So the last time they killed a longhook, they used 31, and I think the skill issue 2, quote unquote. So we should still be good. Still well over the margin of safety. We shot 19.
How many did
Also, what
we
you can
shoot?
do when you're on the ladder, you can press V and pick stuff up on the ground. You can carry them down again if you're very paranoid about taking HP down.
Oh wait, you only need to climb halfway the ladder and just spam V, and you pick it up.
Or what I can do is, like, I can stand here at the bottom of the ladder, and when they jump down, they just land on my head. They're good.
A few moments later.
Always surface while it bounces to 100. That's fucking strange.
Who's using a periscope?
I can use the periscope.
Do you see the rocks on the right?
I see the seaport there. Okay, the long hook should be at azimuth 100 approximately.
Wait. Look right. Do you see the rocks?
I see the rocks.
No, like the big rocks. Yeah.
I see the big
Oh,
rocks.
your computer is lagging.
Murph, can you get out? I'll see if I can find it. I can see it. Like,
Yo, can we just clear comms for fucking half a second?
Listen, if you hold right click 100 meters and you go to azimuth 95, Murph, go back on the sonar, azimuth 95, and right click out to extend the view. You will see the shape of it. When you ping.
What's the distance on it?
100 meters out. But I want Murph to spot it so he knows how to use it. So hold right click with your sonar and then stretch your camera out east southeast and follow the ping and see.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Alright. What's the coordinates you want us to fire at?
ASI 95.
Okay, fire at ASI 95, 150 range as always. Go.
Yep.
Hit. And then another hit. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Discord is not playing.
Keep on firing.
Tough little bastard, ain't he?
So Thunder, if I don't get like the outline of anything, is that just like rocks?
No, you won't pick up rocks. The lines will always be a water contact of some kind. There's two types of, when you actively ping, there's a close contact signature and a long range signature. A close contact, you'll see an outline if you hover over it, if you get close enough to it. And a long range signature will just give you range and signal strength. Sorry, not azimuth and signal strength.
So what was I pinging at ASI 80?
Probably a fucking freighter or a motorboat.
There is a freighter here.
Probably, yeah, you had a freighter then.
Oh, okay.
So that's why what's good about this sonar is, like, in the close contact, you will see what you're hitting, so...
Yeah.
It has the big smoke, no?
The big smoke is in the front. Oh, never mind. That's the
one,
big smoke. Yeah, that's the big
Yeah.
smoke. Under 20%.
We don't have many shots left.
I will make it.
All right, friends. I'm auto hammering on border base Bobber Hotel. If I could
Oh,
get
it's that!
nice.
It's that! Hey, let's go!
Congratulations,
what,
everyone.
what is that? What is that? Number 10? We the double digits.
Screenshot that shit, bro.
That's our 6th long hook, and we have 8 destroyers.
Oh my god.
Oh, so we're well into double digits.
Remember when you're reversing double, you have to full.
Alright, good job.
You have to.
Yeah, but which button? W or S?
Whatever usually makes you go up. You have to press whatever makes you go up normally.
So S.
Yeah.
S goes up, so I have to press that.
Press that.
Battery 50%.
You have to stay on that.
Good night.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Good stuff, everyone. This was a good practice. I'm glad we got a live target for practice session. Also a stationary one. It's very easy. It's not as bad. Oh, we have a freighter coming through us.
8 meters deep.
Okay, while you guys do that, I'll look around the island and see if there's anything else to kill.